Alright. Hello, everybody. If the audio's coming in a little bit funky, just message. I will see what I can do to fix it, but for now, we're going to continue where we left off. We had just finished up on the Nautiloid in Hell. We're on the beach. I have yet to collect any of my companions, but I did level up once. So that's where we're going to be starting off tonight. I think the goal today will be to collect as many of the companions as I can. I've just been clued in on a recent shortcut to get Karlach, which apparently all my friends knew about, and everyone assumed I knew, and I did not. So I can, in fact, go get her relatively early. I think with that, I'll be able to get everyone who's available in Act 1 in today's session. Normally I would say that I couldn't, because I used to think that the only way to get to Karlach was to go the long way around, past the Goblin Camp, past all the knolls, and then down to her, and it was always really irritating to me because I could see her from the grove. You literally can see her by one of the waterfalls, and I could not figure out how to get to her, and a friend of mine showed me that you can in fact hop across the river, which is a little irritating because I put 260 hours into this game without knowing I could do that, but hey, infinite replayability. You will always be able to find something that you didn't think you could do. So that being said, we're gonna start with our Sekhmet save file, our lovely Dragonborn Paladin of Vengeance. If you got a peek, you could see that I've started 2 new playthroughs since then. One of them is actually another Paladin Oath of Vengeance, and that is entirely because I was feeling really motivated to play the game when I stopped streaming last time, and I realized I couldn't play on this save file unless I was streaming or recording it, and I didn't really want to record me, you know, fucking around. So I just started a whole new save file. With that being said, I also have a to-do list of all the things that I want to get through in Act 1, and we will avoid saves coming for most things. I mean, there's obviously a few things that we'll save scum for, but on the whole, we're gonna avoid that kind of as much as possible. Solely because it's just gonna make the game take so much longer. Yeah, David, only 2, and technically I should be congratulated, because outside of the one that is the Oath of Vengeance to kind of make up for the fact that I can't play this one freely, the other one is actually a multiplayer with a friend of mine. So I didn't just start a bunch of random playthroughs. I was very purposeful in what I did. However, I will say I'm finding some interesting things using balance, because I normally play Explorer because I don't believe in making my life harder. And oh my god, our Dragonborn is so pigmented. Look at that pink, it's burning my eyes. I love it. So thematic. What I have discovered is that there are some things that are much easier in Explorer than Balanced mode, and I've been struggling with those. I was hoping you might know that.
Remember the ship. I remember falling. Then nothing.
Ah, really, really convenient of you.
No, I don't recognize this place. But anything's an improvement on where we just came from.
I
First
mean,
things first. We need supplies, shelter.
I don't know about that.
most of all, a healer. We might have escaped, but we still have these little monsters in our heads.
You want to stay together?
Each other. And we both know what's at stake. Can't think of better company.
Alright, then we're gonna get moving.
One thing, just before we go. I wanted to thank you again for freeing me. It would have been all too easy for you to run right past my pod, but you didn't. I'll remember that. Lead the way.
Something else also spawned me to kind of start a new playthrough was, I'm gonna be honest, this is entirely like super kind of surface level and vapid of me, but I couldn't figure out who I might want to romance in this playthrough, and I had 2 really good options because I wanted to romance someone that I'd never romanced before, which kind of marked out 3 main characters, which is fine, totally fine. And so I figured if I started 2 new playthroughs, I could romance 2 new characters. You know what, Zero Herrera, that's fine. I understand that feeling. I have technically never completed this game. I am in the final battle in Act 3 in my main playthrough, but I'm waiting for a friend to catch up with me so that we can kind of play through it together and share notes and compare, because we like to play the game socially. And so I have not played that save file since probably, I want to say like March or April, other than to look at my characters. So, and that's the only character I have that's ever made it to Act 2 thus far. Although in the other Oath of Vengeance playthrough that I started, I'm already partway through the Underdark. So I'm well on my way, because I figured I kind of didn't want to be stuck in Act 1 for a super long time again, which is why I have my little checklist of all the things that I really want to check off and try to do. You know, pending saves coming. Obviously, in my other Oath of Vengeance, I am saves coming, because there's just some stuff that I'm really interested in doing that I didn't do the first time I was in Act 2. So it's kind of, you know, one playthrough is for me to do what I want, the other one for the channel is going to be more natural. And we all row with spray on our necks, and we all row with the spray on our backs, and we all row with the sea beneath our feet, and the bitch queen stays the storm. Wave mother, lashes to the prow. Wave mother, we ask to sail your skirt if you allow. Wave mother, sink us if you will. Wave mother, our skulls are yours with brine and sand to fill. Souls away and anchor still, the wind won't move without the bitch queen's will. We'll wait gladly years and days till the bitch queen brings the waves. Hey ho, she told us so. Hey ho, she told us so. I would love to hear that sung to music, because it's supposed to be a shanty. So, you know, if anyone's feeling like doing that, that would be great. Go to the end here, just trying to fill out the map as well. I will say, I think Act 1 is very unstructured in a way. Like, you can really choose to do just about anything, and you can skip a lot of stuff, and it really won't matter. And that's not to say that you can't skip stuff in Acts 2 and 3, but it's certainly easier to kind of hit all of the main story beats without an issue in Acts 2, at least, because 2 is much more linear in my opinion. Act 3 is also a bit chaotic. Like, for example, in my first playthrough, there was a quest I couldn't figure out to do, even with the help from quest guides, and so I did eventually just give up on it. I didn't want to spend, you know, multiple weeks trying to figure out how to make this one thing work, so I kind of just gave up on it. Okay, that's our first sigil point. You know what? That's fair, Zero Herrera. I did not have time to play this game for several months when I was busy with finals and kind of finishing up school and trying to get through, you know, my work this summer, and I didn't really have time during those, like, it was like 4 months I didn't play. And to be honest, part of the reason why I started a new playthrough for myself was because the playthrough that I had started back in March or April, I just genuinely felt no lingering connection to that character. Like, I didn't really feel attached to her. I wasn't super interested in playing her. I just didn't feel great about her sort of mechanically either. Like, she just wasn't the type of character I normally play. And so I elected to just, I'm not ditch that playthrough, but I'm certainly not going to be super anal about continuing it. I suppose I could do this fight here. Or I could go get more companions. I feel like that's the better choice here. Let's go get some more companions. Because there is a way up here to go up and around. So we're going to do that. This is one of those things that I kind of just found while I was exploring on my own one day. But you do not have to go the way that it tells you to go or makes it look like you want to go. There are several other ways to get around places, and obviously that's kind of the logical way that this game was designed. Like, there's multiple paths to kind of get to everything. And I think when I first started playing it, I was a lot more focused on doing specific things. And now I'm a lot more focused on how can I get around doing this specific thing. And it helps that I've already played most of this all the way through, so I'm kind of at a point where I can relatively easily do whatever I want, for lack of better words. And here's where we're going to pick up Gale. So this is the sigil circle that he's trapped inside. What's going on with that rune? Looks unstable somehow.
Magic glitters and swirls from it erratically, as if malfunctioning. It looks slightly dangerous.
Okay, really quickly, before I do anything else, my frame rate has dropped pretty dramatically that I can see. So I'm actually going to turn this... No, that's already there. Why will you not... Ah, okay. Alright, well, let's full screen and change our... Let's go down a little. Should be fine. Should make it a little bit easier for the video to play. I know why it's doing that. It's because I have too many tabs open in the background, but I don't really want to go close them now. So we're going to touch the sigil. Oh, this could be interesting. So this is our first check of the game that kind of really matters in terms of what we're doing.
A hand? Anyone?
Who are you?
Just your average traveler stuck between realms. Pull me out, we'll get properly introduced.
Yes, but well, I mean, there's not too much that can hurt us at this point, I don't think, so try a strength roll. This could go very badly, so I'm just gonna equip my bonus just in case. Okay. I have had rolls fail that badly before when they were kind of important. And unlike one of my friends who absolutely hates Gale as a character, I actually would like to keep him for my playthrough because he becomes unimaginably useful in Act 2 and Act 3, even though he is largely not in Act 1 in my opinion.
Hello. I'm Gale of Waterdeep. Apologies. Usually better at this.
Ooh, I guess we're a nice person,
A bit
yeah.
shocked, but friend, it's a relief and a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Say, but I know you, don't I? In a manner of speaking. You were on the North Lloyd as well.
How did you get stuck in the stone?
Exactly, but the ship broke into pieces and I suddenly found myself in free fall. So I was plummeted.
Same girl, same.
Spied a glimmer right near where I estimated my body to impact with less than savory propulsion. Recognizing this glimmer to be magical in nature, I reached out to it with a weaving of words.
Hi, Frozen Lion. The excavation was lovely. It was 2 months of hard labor in the heat. I've actually never enjoyed myself more, and I'm going to be honest, the last week and a half or so being home, I am suffering. My body is no longer used to sitting in a computer chair or at a desk multiple hours a day. And man, am I really feeling it. I want to be outdoors, doing physical activity, but then it's so hot here and I can hide inside in the AC, and I kind of don't want to be outdoors in the physical, doing physical activity in the heat. Yeah, I don't know how I survived.
But even so, I have the unfortunate suspicion your survival
but it was...
very much in jeopardy. On the ship, you too were on the receiving end of a rather unwelcome insertion in the ocular region. Were you not?
Oh yeah, I've been so bad about logging in on FGO. Whoever the person who wrote Gale's dialogue, like the writers of this game, just have a rather amazing turn of phrase sometimes with him, like rather unwelcome insertion in the ocular region. No one talks like that, and I love it.
No use sugarcoating it, is there? The insertee we speak of, this parasite, are you aware that after a period of excruciating gestation it will turn us into mind flayers? It's a process known as ceramorphosis, and let me assure you, it is to be avoided. You don't happen to be a cleric by any chance, do you? A doctor? Surgeon? Uncannily adroit with a knitting needle?
Where do you think I'm gonna
Seems
put
no
the
less
knitting
bad
needle?
condition to realize it's beyond most clerics' skills.
Most, no doubt, but I find myself hoping to be in the presence of the few. You don't happen to be one of them.
Sorry, no. I am a paladin.
As we've established, few enough can. It's not exactly a common affliction. We're most certainly going to need a healer, and soon.
On that
too.
note, though, cleric, one of the few classes I have not played.
Hand once more and look for a healer together.
Yeah, you're welcome to join me.
Most excellent. Parasite shared is a parasite halved. Something to that effect.
And I don't know if that's true.
But before you think you're about to embark on a journey with most ill-mannered a man, thank you for pulling me out of that stone. It's an act of foresighted kindness, I assure you.
I will say, Frozen Lion, spending 2 months in another country working sort of, not a 9 to 5, but I mean, it was a 7 to 2, you know? Like, 2 months working a 7 to 2 job, living in an apartment, you know, basically just living life. It's very different than going and doing an excavation for, you know, 2, 3, 4 weeks. I mean, it's sort of, this is what I'm doing. Like, this is my work, and I'm spending a lot of time here. And because of how much time I'm spending here, you know, I've got a Metro card, I've got all this sort of stuff. You know, I know my way around the city. I have my favorite food places, etc. Just stuff that you wouldn't normally get when doing sort of a shorter excavation in a more remote location.
Dying monster. This is the thing that abducted you. You could end its life here and now, if only you didn't feel.
If only I didn't feel what? I feel nothing for this thing.
Compassion.
Yeah, Frozen Lion, it might not be, but Gale's made it one. No, absolutely
Can't
not.
move, can't think. Thinking is mercifully done for you.
No,
It will be a joy to serve.
no,
To die for it an honor.
no.
It's possessing your mind.
Uh-uh.
Forcing you to love it. But then the feeling
Ugh.
stops. The creature's mind seems to focus elsewhere.
Nasty. Oh, am I smart? I feel like, you know, I feel like I just break
Monster
free.
lies exhausted, defeated. Its eyes wet orange pearls radiate malice.
I don't like that phrase, wet orange pearls. Never have. Right, well, he's been pulped. And with that being done, we can actually head over and go get Astarion before we embark upon fighting those Mind Flayer things, because that is a slightly harder fight
I've got one of those
in
brain
balanced mode.
You can kill it, can't you? Like you killed the
Frozen Lion, the thing I miss most is the ability to use the metro to get everywhere. I was literally able to use my city metro card to travel an hour and a half to Eleusis, the site of the ancient mysteries. I literally hopped on the metro, rode it to the bus stop, and then it was still technically an Athens area bus that took me all the way there. And then I have a special museum card for Greece. I did not spend a single dollar. on this trip to Eleusis and back, with the exception of what I bought for myself in food. It was amazing. I miss the public transit so bad. So bad. Because I came back and my car hadn't been driven for 2 months and it needs an oil change. And the steering wheel's feeling a little funky now, and I don't want to deal with it. It's the kind of adulting I don't want to do.
Just a dumb bore. You're
Oh,
relieved.
I succeeded that check. I normally fail it.
I just need information. I saw you scuttling about on the ship. You're in league with them, aren't you? No,
That's fair, Zero Herrera. The same is true for where I live, normally. That's why it was kind of so nice to be in a place where that wasn't the case. Because obviously I didn't have access to a car there, and so it would have been very unfortunate if I had needed one. Thank God I didn't.
what was that? What's going on?
But also the taxis were cheap too if I needed them. Because there was a place we visited once a week, and it was straight up like a 25-minute walk uphill on quite frankly a sidewalk that was steep enough that it should have been a staircase, which that happens there. They literally have sidewalks so steep that it just turns into stairs. But it was just straight uphill, and after like 2 weeks we just started taking a taxi there. Like, we'd walk back, but the taxi there was only like €5. So
I'm
you
not
put the
an
knife
idiot.
away.
It has to be those tentacled monsters. Something they
Stop being so suspicious.
It took you to. I saw it during whatever just happened. And to think, I was ready to decorate the ground with your image. Apologies.
Well, that wasn't very nice.
A kindred spirit. My name's a star.
Oh yeah, Zero Herrera. That was the only problem. We were not conveniently near a metro station, so it was a 12-minute walk to kind of the metro every morning, and that's not a bad walk. But at 6:20 in the morning, before 8 hours of work, and then on the way back you have to walk those 12 minutes back in the sun and the heat. It's not the worst. It really was not that bad. Within a couple of weeks I was used to it. But it's more walking than I normally get back here in the States because we drive everywhere. And so, it was rough for a couple weeks because you're much more tired on the way home.
No. Of that much we can be certain. These worms are already affecting you.
Yeah, Frozen Lion.
Feel it.
We were there for 4th of July, and a bunch of people went out to, I think it was the Hard Rock Cafe for burgers and stuff. I went to a different restaurant, but I did actually still get a burger, and it was the most American burger I've ever had from the least American restaurant. This is a giant bun, huge burger patty, and then it had an egg, it had bacon cream, it had mushrooms, it had tomato. It was so American. It was just decadent.
You know, I was ready to go this alone, but maybe sticking with the herd.
Ooh. What the fuck? Oh no. Oh.
All right.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
I accept.
It just clicked me out.
Lead on.
Alright. Oh, that's so annoying. I hate that. Alright. Let's level everyone else up, and then we'll go fight those little bastards, because there's 3 of them, and they actually hit a little bit harder than normal. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. You wanna know the reason why I've never played Cleric? Because Shadowheart is, for lack of a better word, useless. Most, not deliberately, I don't think, but she's just not super useful when it comes to actually doing stuff. So that's fun. Yeah. Okay. So we're picking Evocation. We're gonna stick with Evocation. I don't know. I'm very tempted to go Necromancy. No, I'll stick with Evocation. we'll keep them in their original class layouts. We definitely want magic missile. Ooh, chromatic orb's pretty good. We'll take that. Alright, and then in preparing spells, get rid of that. Take magic missile. Sleep is fine. But I don't want you. There we go. We'll probably do a lot less sneaking and pickpocketing than I normally do in my games because I'm not save scumming to protect myself from bad rolls. And I don't really want to, like, aggro people that I don't really want to piss off. Which is fine. That's just how it be. Alright. Let's go get... Okay, so there's a fun Harper's Cache down here. So, best thing to do is to go with just your kind of main character. So I'm gonna detach myself. Mostly because, like, Gale cannot make this jump and cannot get back up from this jump. And then it just becomes an issue. If, like, the UI lets him make the jump, but then he... You know, but then he, like, doesn't work. Okay, so this is a little Harper's Cache. Get ourselves a couple of potions of speed, a ruby, a map. We'll read that. And then we're going to take it all because there's another cache slightly nearby that we are now in kind of range to get to. Oh, that's unfortunate, Zero Herrera. That's kind of like the bare minimum is to, like, reach kind of the main tourist areas and stuff. Good night, Frozen Lion. Oh, even worse if it doesn't reach any food areas. I'm gonna be honest. I tried a few times. I tried once to do grocery shopping in Athens using the metro. And I really regretted it because I had filled up 2 very large bags and, like, oh, I really did not need to add guidance. Okay. I had filled up 2 very large bags and then I had to take them back on the metro. And it was fine, right, at first. Except I forgot about the 12-minute walk afterwards. And my normal grocery stores were actually a little bit closer. So, it wasn't ideal in terms of, like, what was happening and how much I was having to do. USA out of 10. That'd be it. That's the one. Oh, okay. No, I triggered the fight already. It is irrelevant that I snuck. I have not equipped you guys with any sort of good... Oh, boy. Oh, why? Why? Oh, that was not an ideal start to this fight. Okay. Yeah, please go murderate that thing. Good. We want the murderation. I mean, Shadowheart, you can run forward all you want, but you're not incredibly useful as a character, I find. Oh, what do you know? It actually worked. Oh, yeah. Yeah, if there's nowhere to go, that's maybe the one good thing. That's the great thing about the Athens Metro, is that, people complain about how annoying and inconvenient it is that they have to keep, like, planning the metro lines around archaeological work and stuff like that. But the thing is, they've actually done a very good job mapping the metro lines around archaeological work for basically any major part of the city to be within, like, I'd say at most, like, 15 minutes of a metro station. Or a bus station that can connect directly to the metro. It's actually very convenient. Like, truly, I do think it is one of the peak examples of sort of metro that I've gotten to use in my life. Like, genuinely 10 out of 10. I've not had that much luck in other places, not in the same way. Which is really unfortunate because I really think that it's super, super shitty that there's some really bad metro, you know, bad metros. Like, you're just not getting a whole lot of stuff out of it. I'm like, that fucking sucks. You should be getting your money's worth and more out of a metro pass. No? Okay, that one's dead. So we're gonna head up this way. We're gonna jump over this fire pit section here. But we have to get there first so that we can jump it without anyone getting burned. And if everyone's smart, they will jump it. Come on. Oh, good. Sometimes the UI is not that smart. I remember when I first started playing, there was genuinely the problem happened quite frequently where characters would just stop following you, like, altogether, and it was super annoying. It was the literal worst. Because sometimes I'd keep moving and I'd go so far that the character would just untether itself. Or like dive off a frickin' cliff. Trying to get away. Or trying to get... Oh. Guess I'm picking up Lae'zel. Did not realize I was right here. You know, sometimes I forget how close she is.
Yellow as a toad, twice as...
The thing's dangerous. Leave it for the goblins to kill.
And if it escapes, how will you... Oh, a guest.
Your skull pounds in response to the prisoner's white hot stare.
Lae'zel is so demanding.
Her lips don't move, yet you hear her voice.
Get rid of them.
I'll try this. Yeah, let's get that guidance. Because I failed this last time. Yeah. I had to fight those
She's
two.
right. Let's go. We need to check out that blast.
A blast?
You didn't
What
hear?
blast?
Shook our camp good, so we came for a look.
See, it just sometimes you just roll real low and thank God that the check
Northwest.
doesn't require you to be,
Look for Nettie. Whatever your wound,
you
she
know,
can mend it.
super.
And be careful. There are goblin traps everywhere.
Nymessa, come.
Alright.
Enough gawking. Get me down.
I really want to say please. Yeah.
Never.
I love that. Astarion Shadowheart, you understand me. You get it. She's just being too demanding. It's okay. Alright.
Oh, has T.H.E scrambled all your senses? Suspicious. But the longer we wait, the more it consumes. My people possess the cure for this infection. I must find a creche. You will join me.
Careful. She obviously sees your kindness as weakness. Don't let her take advantage.
I have heard that you can get some interesting camp lines if you camp with just one companion for your first night. Like Astarion's got some like only companion in your camp first night exclusives and such, but I've actually never done that with a single one of my playthroughs because I always feel bad about leaving the companions out. You know what I mean? Like Gale's stuck in a magical portal, Lae'zel's up in a trap. Shadowheart just meets you at the grove afterwards, but
It is many things.
still.
Hatchery, a training grounds, a shelter.
Githyanki protocol is clear. When infected with a gate tadpole, we must report to Augusta for purification.
Alright, let's journey together.
And my might
Gale could do with the rest.
Get little rest given a stack of unread books waiting for me. But I'll try.
You sound excited about that. Go to your books.
You have made an ally from Kresh Kalir. Few know such fortune. Call me Lae'zel.
I'll trust your judgment, but I won't trust her. Not until I've gotten the measure of her.
You've a sharp tongue, elf. Would that your mind proved its equal.
These two.
Half elf. I suppose the finer
Jesus.
details are lost on a creature like you.
Come. The horn
Jesus.
one there.
These
this
two really just
Zoru,
go at it.
a Seen Gethyanki. A Kresh must be near. We will ask this Zoru where he has seen my kin.
Also, I've never done... I don't really do evil playthroughs, per se. That's just not something that I'm super comfortable with. And, like, obviously with the evil playthrough, there's a whole lot of companions don't, like, stay with you for that, right? Like, you basically can't really keep... I don't think you can keep, like... Because I know killing Karlach is something that a lot of people do for their evil playthroughs. And I know I've seen a lot of people make it to the end with really only, like, Astarion, Gale, and Shadowheart, because they all have, like, more sort of negative routes that you can take with them. Since you can choose to, like, ascend Astarion, make Shadowheart a Dark Justiciar, and then... yeah, you can keep Lae'zel if you swear her to Vlaakith, I think. And then Gale goes to God Gale. But I typically don't choose to do any of those things. It's just not really my vibe. It's a little, I don't know, cruel, per se. So I'm not super comfortable with doing that to any of my characters, you know? It just seems mean. Obviously, that's a very me sort of complaint, but still, I think it's fair. If you don't want to do an evil playthrough, you don't have to. Hi, Frost Shard. I have a few party playthroughs, because I've started the game with various friends. Very few of them have really progressed extremely far, but you know, in the hopes, I just started a new one where the person I'm playing with is moving at the literal speed of Mach breaking the sound barrier in everything that he does. And let me tell you, it is fucking hilarious when we end up absolutely fucking bodied. How, my hiding failed and you still let me get that far.
But we don't know what that thing even is. And what about the crypt?
I'm telling you, it's a ship. And the crypt can wait. Mari and Barton have been trying to break in for days. Now we... Stop! Got ourselves competition already. That's our ship.
Oh. I've heard a lot of good things about that game, Zero Herrera, but I'm just not really the sort of person that can play an evil campaign easily. Like, I feel bad when I hurt any of the companions, and I don't like hurting any of the characters that I like. Like, for an evil playthrough, you, like, basically, you can kill the tieflings, but, like, I would hate to kill the tieflings. We're gonna hope that I pass this intimidation, because that might chase them off without a fight.
Well, in that case, come on you lot. No point in getting killed. Second worm gets the cheese and all.
Second mouse gets the cheese, no?
Nobody's getting any damn cheese. Now move it!
You're all so stupid. Also, that female mage in this encounter is really annoying. Like, fighting her is the absolute worst in this whole encounter because she just stays, like, up and out of the way and is absolutely ruthless with her spells. And I get it, but, like, still, you know? I'd prefer if I wasn't almost dying from her every single time I started a fight. Now, you see, I'm clearing this place by the chapel, but I'm not actually going to go fight through this dungeon quite yet. I prefer to be level 3 or higher when I fight this fight. Mainly because there's kind of there's 5 or 6 people down there that you'll run into and you'll kind of fight all at once. And I hate dealing with that when I'm super underleveled. I mean, not per se that I'm underleveled, just that it's not the level I like to be. The amount of fucking potatoes that I collect in this game. Also, extra pouches are always good. Always useful. Alright. Let's get back up here. And then we're gonna go... Oh my goodness. Okay, so apparently at a local costume store near me, Knick Knack has just sent me a photo. They have a Guybulg replica that you can get for costumes. So, like, I know what I'm getting for Halloween this year. That is exactly what I deserve. Oh my goodness, and it's super cheap. Oh. Interesting, Zira Herrera. I did not realize that it was now free, but maybe that's just, I don't know much about the Star Wars games, so that's on me. I'm gonna be honest, I normally just want to go activate this circle if I can before I trigger the fight. Alright. Now, we are actually getting into a decent fight coming up, so we're going to save the game, just in case. I will be getting that Guybulg. Just you wait. I will be getting that Guybulg. It will be amazing. Alright. Now, we ungroup Astarion for a reason. Because he's going to go get in position over here. For a very good reason.
What to do?
The rest of us are going to go this way. This is going to trigger a story-related cutscene, but we want to get sort of as close as possible before the cutscene triggers. Oh, very nice. I will say, the problem with a lot of games I play is that they are a little bit expensive. Even Baldur's Gate, I mean, I'm so glad that they didn't make any, like, DLC. They've said that they're not going to. But, you know, it is still a $50 to $70 game, depending on the edition you get. And granted, you know, split that by like the almost 300 hours I put into this game. Obviously, super good deal, but there are other games where they're not as sort of fun and replayable, and you get the same sort of issue where you're paying like $80 or so for a game that just isn't in the end infinitely replayable. I will say the sheer amount of choices in Baldur's Gate 3 make it incredibly replayable. Even if I'm bored with like a lot of what happens in Act 2, I have literally just this week found out new things.
And suffer its sting.
Okay, so somehow I am not in combat yet. Oh, it's because I'm the only one hiding. Heh. Alright, well I'm not going to be hiding in a second. Alright. Okay. Loot him real quick, save me a little bit of time on the way down, right up to the corner. Yes, Zevlor, rally us! Yeah. Ooh. Nice hit. That booyag is nasty if it manages to get off some spells. I do typically try to go for the bugbear as fast as I can, so we'll see this time. Let's go ahead. And what's my range for inflict? I can hit the bugbear. Oh, yeah, see, that's what happens most of the time when I use Shadowheart. It just doesn't work out. You know what I mean? It's just inconvenient. If you could hit for another 5, that would be nice. Oh, not yet. Here I am thinking she's got her 2 actions early. Nope. No, no. We're not going to hit you with a crossbow. We're going to murderate you with a sword.
Very well.
Yeah. Oh. I will say I've been having some interesting camera glitches recently. And of course I remember when, you know, I remember when there were way worse issues. So... Okay. Loot. No, I'm not taking rotten eggs.
Heading there.
That was actually a decent hit from a cantrip. I really wish you'd hit better. Ramira died on my last playthrough and I felt so bad. No. Oh. Hate it when they do that. My friend was playing and Will threw that potion and he accidentally hit the warg instead of Ramira and healed the warg. And I was like, what the hell? Oh, I really thought that would work better than it did. Okay, Astarion ain't doing great. One would hope that it would do sort of better. I wonder if I can hit him from here. Yeah, let's try that. Oh, there. Ooh, 17. The hell extra damage was I getting? I mean, I'm not mad, don't get me wrong, but damn. Really? You gotta stop missing. Yeah, like that. You could have just killed the warg, though. Like, there really is not that... Like, come on. Don't be a pussy. He's actually just going to loot. I'm gonna be real. Because, like, yeah, like, I know that...
That was the last of them. Inside! All of you! More may follow! Open the gate!
Yeah, which, by the way, it's such a bloodbath out here. Like, you would think that you would clean this so that you wouldn't get caught. Like, obviously, you'll be able to find out where the goblin camp is if you just look at the mess that they've left. Like, this is disgusting. Like, it's not a bad thing, per se. It's just annoying. This is going to give me a nice pair of gloves, though. Alright. They will reopen this for me. I'm going to walk through, and I need to have a confrontation with Zevlor and Aradin. Everyone's alive.
There are children here, you fool! We was running for our lives. You led them straight to us, and you let them take the druid too? Unbelievable!
I hate both of you, so I have no horse in this race.
And who the hell are you again?
Don't be a
Show
bitch,
some
I just
respect.
shaved your life.
This woman saved your pathetic life.
Well, I didn't ask for any goddamn help.
Please, you were begging me to open the gate. Anything to save yourself, you coward!
The human's eye twitches. He's about to blow.
Man, my insult rolls are popping off today. Yeah, I feel like that's my choice, is this persuasion roll here, but oh boy, is that not a great... Oh.
You're right. There's too much at stake.
Worried about your precious eyes. The both of you.
Oh, don't be a little
Squabbling's
bitch.
pointless. The goblins have found us.
At least we agree on that.
Well, we know that they're not. Okay. So we're actually going to go this way. Oh. No. No, 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 no. Okay, we went the wrong way. Oh, God. We went the wrong way. No! Don't kill her. Don't kill her. Oh, I can use my dragon breath. Okay, that wasn't super productive. Did I leave Astarion? Holy shit, I can't believe I just left him. This is what I mean. Sometimes you unclip them from your party, and then you just forget that they exist. Like, goddamn. Okay, let's try to catch up with this fight. So I went the back way. That's obviously not the best, as you can see now. You're actually supposed to go this way. It's much faster. But that's fine. You know, we're not super smart. So we'll just... Alright, how close can we get before it's going to trigger? Not that close. Well, actually, decently close. Oh, poor thing. Why do you have so much health? My God. If I get here, can I jump the distance? Yes, I can. Is the benefit of jumping. Alright, well. Oh, that was a nice hit. I know you can jump the distance if I leave you enough space to jump. And then we crossbow bolt.
Nothing will stand in my way.
No! Don't go after her! God, you really are determined, aren't you? You just have nothing in your fucking head except being a dick. I don't think I can... Yeah, I can't save her. Oh, wait. Shit. Nope, shouldn't do that. So, we sneak. And then we loot. Because if you just randomly loot, you will get caught. And then people will be mad at you.
Let's see what this does.
There's a dragon. Yeah, I feel like I'm smart enough to know how to focus a telescope. See? I'm smart enough. Okay, so the dragon flew off that way, which is fine. Oi.
You see a dragon circling like a bird of prey, hunting. The telescope points to the left.
You know, to be fair, not all of the Baldur's Gate storylines are as well written as the others. Like, the game definitely feels like it's more designed for some characters than others. Pretty strongly so, I would say. It's not per se a bad thing. Once again, just something I've noticed. Like, for example, I think Shadowheart has a really developed storyline, and then Gale, oh my god, sometimes it feels like the game is written for you to play specifically as Gale or the Dirge, to be honest, because they get a ton of unique lines and stuff like that, and choices.
I'm Zevlor. Well met.
And also, like, all of Act 2 is basically written with, like, Halsin as a somewhat main character. I mean, because it's his regrets that are driving you through the Shadow-Cursed lands and the deal with Ketheric and such.
There have been several attacks by different monsters. The druids blame us outsiders for drawing them here. Nobody's welcome anymore. They've started a ritual to cut the grove off from the world outside. We can't stay, but we'll be slaughtered if we leave. We're no fighters.
That's fair. I need a healer.
The druid Halsin's a renowned healer, but he didn't make it back from Aradin's expedition. If it's not too serious, you could try his apprentice Nettie. She's with the other druids in the inner grove. They've withdrawn there to prepare this damn ritual.
I hate you, Zevlor. I hate you with burning passion.
Bound for Baldur's Gate, and it was too late to turn back. I'm surprised you haven't heard of it. The High Overseer, our Grand Protector, signed a pact with devils. It dragged
That's fair, Zero
straight
Herrera.
to hell.
I think I prefer story-focused games. I don't do so well with things that are entirely open, so I've never done particularly well with, like, MMOs. But I do good with other games. Like, Baldur's Gate 3 is, like, incredibly narratively driven. And honestly, the places I struggle the most are, you know, things like in the Druid's Grove, where there's just too many, or Act 1, where there's too many things to choose from. And then Act 3, like, intellectually, I know what I have to do. It's just that the problem is that, like, sometimes I'm, you know, there's just too many quests paying off in Act 3.
I'll not gamble our lives, our futures, on people who are as good as dead. We must leave for Baldur's Gate at once. Can we all just take a moment, please?
What's the point in blazing spells if we don't bloody use them? We should stay. These people aren't fighters. We can help.
Or yell louder. That's fine too.
Ooh, so I chose Paladin last time. I guess I'll choose Dragonborn this time.
I made no such oath, and I will not be held responsible for these people.
Just be responsible for yourself then. We have to stay. It's the right thing to do.
So,
Thank you, Roland.
Alright, so we'll pick up Will here.
Go on. Give me a best shot.
This interaction I have down to a science. I know exactly what to pick
Not
and
bad.
when.
Again.
But it's just, I think Will is one of the kind of easiest characters to sort of recruit and then just keep on your side, because to some extent Will understands. Like, his character is built to kind of understand making hard choices for the greater good, but at the same time, he's also very forgiving. He is underdeveloped, though.
Come on.
I feel like you could have done more with him in Acts 1 and 2, because 90...
Kind words in unkind times, my friend.
That is a new line. I have never chosen that.
The blade of frontiers at your
The man smiled downward.
Like, his entire storyline payoff is centered all in Baldur's Gate. And I get it to some extent, but there's not much to do with him for the first 2 acts, you know? It's kind of like Minsk, who you only get in Act 3. Like, him and Minsk, and even Jaheira, because she's really only a character that's in your camp in Act 3. Between the 3 of them, I just don't use them unless I have to pull them out for story-related quests. You know?
better friends than the ones hitching a ride in our skulls at least.
And I feel bad because I think that they could be really interesting, but they're just not as well developed in the first couple of acts.
But we haven't sprouted any tentacles. Not yet, anyway. Could just be good luck.
Yes, Minsk and Jaheira are both legacy characters. So Jaheira is technically, I think, has been in all 3 games, and then Minsk is from the second game, Baldur's Gate 2. And I feel really bad because you don't get him until Act 3, and you don't even have to do his quest. Like, it's not even a quest that you're required to do. You can just skip it. One of my friends did most of the other quests in the city first, and so she's almost to the end of all the Act 3 stuff to do, and she still hasn't gotten him, so she's going to have him for like an hour or 2 max as a character, unless she decides to just run around in the city for like a hot minute. You know what I mean? So it's unfortunate, in my opinion. And then Jaheira, I mean, at least Jaheira you meet in Act 2. I think with Halsin and Minthara, you cannot get either of them as a character until post-Act 2. So Halsin, Minthara, and Jaheira all become sort of addable to your party at various points during Act 2 or at the end of Act 2. With Jaheira, it's after dealing with Ketheric. With Minthara, it's if you get her out of the dungeons, and, well, if you save her in Act 1 and then get her out of the dungeons. And then with Halsin, it's after you've taken care of the Shadow Curse. But I did the Shadow Curse next to last.
We got the other one.
Fat cat.
But we had to do it like this.
Fat cat. Gimme. Hello, but... Oh my god. I'm so sorry. I almost dropped you. I didn't mean to. Come on, we're gonna sit like this, and we're gonna show everybody our tummy. Oh my goodness. Who's a baby? Who is my precious? Who missed me so much for 2 months when I was away? Oh, I'm so sorry. Would you prefer to sit on me that way? No, you want to go. Okay. And now I'm covered in peaches.
I'm no stranger to the info.
Yeah, so Halsin you get... So I didn't do the Shadow Curse quest until near the end because I missed out on the dialogue that told me how to complete it, and so I just kept dying when I kept trying to solve it because I was doing it in the wrong order. I also didn't have the best grasp of the order in which I should do the Act 2 stuff, because I went and did Gauntlet of Shar pretty much first and took care of Balthazar before I even really knew who he was. Before I dealt with any of the other Thorms or really did a whole lot of stuff in Wraithwyn, and I hadn't even visited Ketherick yet, so I didn't even go over there because I thought that going into the castle would immediately trigger the kind of final sequence, when in reality you go in, you talk to him, and you come back out, and then you go in again and you fight him. I didn't realize there was kind of a twofold thing, so I did everything else that I thought I could do first, and I definitely missed some stuff, which is unfortunate.
Just so you know, my first duty as
I'm not going to promise anything, Will,
to go after.
because
But
I want Karlach
deny
in my
this
party.
infection is bothersome. I accept your invitation. I'd love to join, but I don't think there's enough.
Yeah, you're going to meet me at my camp. It's fine. It's fine, my guy. You'll meet me at my camp.
Splendid plan. We'll talk more then.
I'm going to be honest. Act 1, I mostly play this absolutely rockin' party. If I have a spellcaster, right, and I am technically a spellcaster, to some extent. I did not know you could get down that way. What the fuck? That's new.
We should have left by now.
Oh my god.
Damn.
If I play kind of a half spellcaster, my Astarion is also half a spellcaster. So it'd typically be my Paladin, Astarion, and then Lae'zel and Karlach, Act 1. Unless I actually need a spellcaster. I mostly run a melee-focused party that just has some auxiliary spells, and then once I get to Act 2, I'm once again melee-focused. But I have to have Shadowheart in my party because I'm doing a bunch of Shar stuff. And then in Act 3, I flip it around a little bit. And in Act 3, I usually have myself, Astarion, Gale for certain. Always in Act 3. Once he hits like level 6, always have him in my party. And then I basically use that 4th slot of my party to just trade out whoever's necessary for whatever quest line I'm following. Right? Like, I switch in Will when I'm going for Ansur. I switch in Shadowheart when I'm doing Viconia. I pull out, Jaheira when I have to do Harper stuff, etc. So,
There's every chance we've doomed ourselves by helping.
But that means that my Act 3 party is just constantly has the one revolving door slot where I'm just changing it all the time. Whereas in Act 1 and Act 2, I really only change my lineup when I have to.
This place is lost. You are looking at Leroican's newest apprentice. Yes, that's Leroican, the greatest wizard in Baldur's Gate.
I rep Astarion so hard to rob Sorcerer Sundries. Because I robbed the shit out of Sorcerer Sundries and the bank. Like, genuinely.
In years to come, you will boast of this meeting, I can assure you.
Well,
May we meet again in Baldur's Gate, my friend.
that was, he turns around at the end. He acts a little bit nicer. Alright. I did just hear him say that he would die for Leroican. I would not, but, the choices. That's a choice that you're making, sir.
Thanks for fighting off those goblins. If you need to replace any gear, just ask. My selection's pretty slim.
I love you, Damon.
Most of my
You're one of my favorite characters.
Of sorts. Used to be a bread and butter tinsmith before Elturel fell into my hands.
But now you are my savior. Literally.
Eclectic.
You are good at everything.
Hope to forget most of it. But between you and me, there's nothing in all the realms like the utter power of infernal machinery. Alas, my offerings are far more humble these days.
Let's see your wares. I know you've got some good stuff hiding in there. Don't sell yourself short. You've got the hunting short bow and the safeguard shield. Both of which are things that you should pick up if you have the money to. I will have the money in a second. Just get rid of all the weaponry I'm not actually going to be using. I'll keep the rapier for now, just because I need to send both of those. Don't need that. Definitely don't need that. Don't really want that. I'll be honest, I'll be a little selfish. There's just things I don't want, per se. It's not that they're not... Yeah, Loki? Hi, Noodle? Oh, hello! Peach's brother, our little Noodle. Hi, Noodle. Oh my god, you're covered in cobwebs. Why are you covered in cobwebs? Did you just come in from outdoors? Are you a noodle? Are you floppy? Are you long? Do you hang? Oh, who's a good kitty? Alright, come on, let's clear you off a little bit. Oh, you are filthy. Oh, was you stepping on my... Oh, Zara Herrera, I feel that. Peaches is actually just fat. Like, she is, in reality, a very small cat. Her head is tiny. Her body's actually relatively small. Her brother is both taller and longer than her. This is her brother, Loki, that I've been cuddling. Peaches is just fat. Loki's a noodle, long and skinny, but, you know, well fed. He's not skinny per se. He's just not overweight like her. I've got 3 others. Luna, who's definitely been in some of the videos. She's the old sweetheart in a couple of my Seki Reacts videos that I just would cuddle for 5-6 minutes at a time. And then there's Trixie, who looks like Loki, but is smaller and not very chubby. And Sissa, who has almost the same patterning as Loki, but is gray and has fur like a Maine Coon. And she, I don't think, has really showed up in any of the videos. Like, she loves me, but she's not a huge fan of being picked up and held like a baby, and she doesn't hang out on my desktop. Like, right now, Loki is, in fact, hanging out on my desktop, as you can see by his tail and occasionally his head in the camera. Loki, I need to get back to playing a game. And if you... Oh, are you sitting now? You're settling. Okay. I don't need you to settle. Oh, not on the keyboard. Please, do not go to sleep on the keyboard. Alright, honey. You've got a burr in your tail. There we go. Get the burr out. Oh, okay. I think that one is, that's Luna, the one who always sat, like, on the window behind me a bunch of times. She's very old, and she's, like, kind of skinny, and her fur's a little fucked up. And sometimes when she, like, sits, she just legs straight up. So that's Luna. And she is an absolute darling. She just wants nothing more than human attention and affection on a 24/7 basis. However, Loki has just replaced my keyboard. Oh, Kitty and Mott? Is that named after something? Or is it, like, mean something? Or is it just the name that you gave, I'm presuming, her? Technically, Peaches and Loki were not named at my choice. Both of them are rescues from a feral colony, given as a gift to me. And they came with the names Princess Peaches and Loki. We don't use the princess part of her name, except officially, where she is Princess Peaches on her vet records. But I usually just call her Peachy or Peaches. However, Trixie, Sissa, and Luna I did name, and they're all Harry Potter names. Bellatrix Lestrange, Narcissa Malfoy, and Luna Lovegood. And we used to have indoors Newt Scamander. He now lives outdoors exclusively. And we also had a Quicksilver, or Sylvester, after the cat in Looney Tunes. Even though he was not the color of Sylvester, he was rather the same color as Peaches, to be honest, and also a very large cat. Okay, Loki, if I put my mouse right over here, are you gonna let me use you like a mouse pad? Okay, there is a cat on my mouse pad, but it is fine. We will manage. Ah, okay. That makes sense, actually. Like, a lot of sense. Okay. Alright, so now that we've done that, I think we can balance this out to get us the hunting short bow. Yeah? And safeguard shield without spending too much money. And in fact, I'll make a little money off of this. Awesome. Okay. Because we're going to give Yeah, we're gonna give her the safeguard shield. So that was not worth a lot. Oh, that is a really uncomfortable. You are purring. Why are you purring under my hand? Thank you. Oh my god, your fur is everywhere. Alright. I can't believe I just got another level up. That feels way too soon, but okay. Alright, this is gonna go to you, and the hunting short bow will go to Astarion. Also sending the short swords down to him, because he can dual wield a pair of short swords. And that's a very good option for him. We'll take this for myself. And then I think, yeah, it's the same armor class as what I currently have on. But someone else might not have as... Yeah, see, hers is a 13, so I can actually equip her up one higher, and then she'll equip the shield. Okay. That's typically how I keep her equipped in the early game. There we go. Yeah, we can dual wield short swords here. Alright, let's level up. That's fair, Zero Herrera. It makes more sense to do it that way. I mean, even with our 3 named after Harry Potter, you could easily not assume that those names are Harry Potter related. You know what I mean? Because you really don't need them to be. Take another smite. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, we'll take that. Let's see. Oh, Zero Herrera, after my own heart. I read Harry Potter fanfiction. Alright. I'm gonna go for a second. I need to do something real quick. All right. Now, I think Astarion is, well, actually, and more importantly than this game, I read a lot of Harry Potter fanfiction, and I think when I first started reading fanfiction, the thing I liked most was sort of remaining in universe, but just having like characters interact that didn't normally interact, etc. Just like, you know, your typical kind of regular fan fiction. Like you're still reading in the universe, you're reading at the same characters. I'm not a big fan of original characters. God forbid self-insert or Y/N. That just absolutely makes me cringe out of my goddamn mind. But I think more so probably in the last like 5-6 years, and oh boy, that sounds like a really, really long time, even though it's actually not the majority of the time since I kind of learned what fanfiction is, because I've been reading fanfiction for about 13 years now. In probably the last like 5 or so years, I've become more of a fan of alternate universe and things where you take sort of, there's a lot of really amazing writers who can take these characters that are well established, like I know this character with really popular characters, and then they can put them into like a totally alternate universe, or just, you know, canon divergence or something, and write sort of a new story with that character. Or even better yet for me is rare characters that are only mentioned maybe like once or twice in the original book. And in Harry Potter, that's really common and very easy. Like, for example, I think for me, a big thing is like rare pairs and sort of, you know, rare characters in the Harry Potter fandom. Like, I like reading stories about people like Theodore Nott or Blaise Zabini, you know, or characters who were only ever mentioned a couple of times. We know very little about them, which really lets the authors take a fair amount of liberty with the characters, and allows them to really create their own stories around them. I've also become more of a fan now of crossovers, because I think crossovers can really be amazing examples of sort of the creativity and quality that fanfiction writers are capable of, because it's very hard to make a crossover seem natural or good. And the ones that do, and there are quite a few of them if you really get into it, I really admire. So I think that's the sort of thing that I read, at least these days. I mean, I still read sort of, oh, hello, Sissums. Did you hear me talking about you? Hello, my darling. Ouch. Okay. Nope. Sissa. Nope. We tried to bring Sissa up for stream, and she did not want to be lifted. She did not scratch me. I just whacked my finger. Really hard on the side of my desk. But no, she let me pet her, but then she walked away. She's not a huge fan of, you know, being picked up, which is fine. I get it. Some cats aren't. She doesn't mind being picked up when I'm like in bed and she's sleeping with me. It's specifically when she's up and about. Also, yeah, okay. That would make sense, Zero Herrera. Now, what I was saying about Astarion was this is maybe the one thing where, so he automatically gets assigned Arcane Trickster. And typically, I keep him as Arcane Trickster. I've never actually tried him on the other two options. But I feel like, you know what? We can try with Assassin and see how that goes. Yeah. Because like I said, I've done plenty of times with him as, you know, as a Arcane Trickster. We can try something new. I don't always do something new, so that's one of those things for me. Now, what do we want to do here? Might be good to go talk to Zoru. kind of stop Lae'zel from murderating him.
Mordai's eyes. Another one. My friend's blood not enough.
Oh yeah, Zara Herrera, that's always it's the pipeline. You start with things that just change, one or two things. Maybe instead of one character being paired with one, they're paired with another. But it's still a pretty, it's still a pretty okay thing. And then you kind of get more and more out there. I'm not sure, for me, dimensional AUs are typically just a way to do crossovers, in my opinion. And then, to be honest, time travel for me is a sticky one. I don't really read time travel very often where it's like they go back to fix something and then they come back. But sometimes I do read the Lost in Time, right? Where they get transported back or forward in time and there isn't a way for them to find back. So they just have to make a new life, wherever they are. Am I mean? I feel like I'm not that mean. I feel like I should just tell her it's enough, right? Yeah.
You dare interrupt? Has the tadpole ravished your senses?
I actually have a fanfiction spreadsheet for me and my friends where we can put down our favorite stories and the information about them, and then that way we can kind of share with each other different stories that we're really into. And it satisfies my spreadsheeting desires, because now that I use spreadsheet regularly, I like to create fun little spreadsheets. That's fair, Zara Herrera.
On the road, Baldur's Gate.
I did used to write fanfiction. I never published anything. Well, I've said this before once. I've published one fanfiction. It only has one chapter. I wrote it with a friend. It was on fanfiction.net under my old username there. I didn't continue it, obviously. It was really bad. It was incredibly bad. It was a badly written fanfiction. It was a bad idea. It was an era, per se. I think it was published in like 2011 or 2012. It was like massively a crossover. And I've said before, like, if y'all find it and guess correctly, kudos, cookies. But I am somewhat ashamed of its existence, because it was sort of based on this texting roleplay I had with one of my friends at the time.
No hard feelings.
Alright, let's talk to Lae'zel, because she's having a time.
Questioned my judgment.
Come on.
I ate tongue stew that very night.
Oh, Peachy.
I warned you, didn't I? You
Hi,
ought to
love.
reconsider keeping her around before she causes real trouble.
Oh, you like that? Then why'd you run away earlier if you wanted to get scratched?
The teeth thing was clear. If there are Githyanki west of here, that must be our objective. Purification cannot wait.
But I'm also not incredibly creative as a person when it comes to writing sort of fiction and creative writing. I'm not the hugest fan of it, and I have trouble focusing and like staying on topic when I take on projects like that. So it's just not something that I really do per se myself. That's fair, Zero Herrera. I've read a few that have actually been pretty. Ooh, that's a fun visual glitch. Oh no, it's because it's broken. Okay, never mind. I thought that was a visual glitch. I'm blind, obviously. I feel like let's go get Karlach. Actually, we'll head back to the environs. Yeah, I've read a few where it's something like that, where it's detrimental if you were to have that happen, like certainly. And I've read a few where it's like time turner glitch or malfunction, And like I said, I've also read a few time travel AUs that didn't really have anything to do with Harry Potter, so they obviously don't have to do with time turners. But I don't read the sort of like thing that happens with like, you know, like Avengers sort of canon, you know, like Avengers Endgame, like that kind of time travel where it's like fix it and timelines. I don't like reading that sort of thing, so I don't. It's just not something I do. I guess we'll get Scratch early too if we do it this way. I will say, I have read some Harry Potter fanfictions that are time travel just to get at some extremely rare pairs. Like truly rare. Stuff that, I mean, you know, you look on the archive and there's like 7 stories in this pairing, or like 40 total in all of the Harry Potter archive. And you would think, because it's a massive archive, that it's pretty rare when you get stuff that's only got like 40 things. I gotta pass one of these. Okay. Like, something is gonna have to happen good. I don't want to lose Scratch. Oh, baby. Baby. Your master is dead.
With a deep, heartbroken whine,
I'm so sorry.
bows his head.
Oh, baby. Will you let me pet you? Good boy. Good boy.
He whines,
Oh.
but remains rooted by the corpse's side.
It's okay, Scratch. You will join me. You can join me later. Yeah, no second chances on time travel. It's always freak accident sort of thing. Alright, you come with me. So, this is the shortcut that all my friends knew that I did not know existed on how to get to Karlach. Still a little salty that no one told me about this, but it's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. This doesn't make me irrationally upset with myself at all. Not even a bit.
I'll take that.
This is the devil Will has been tasked to
I do love Karlach. She's great. Stunning. I think I might pursue Karlach's romance.
Steady on, soldier.
She is big barbar woman, and we love that. Yeah, is the female dragon tab around the same height as her?
It's you, from the Nautiloid. Please tell me I found you before those so-called paladins of T.H.E did.
Haven't met any Tyrans lately.
Great. Glad I don't have to kill you.
You and Astarion really just starting out with those.
her heat, fiery as the hells. Then you're lost in visions of demonic
It was
armies.
absolutely wild.
Through a landscape of fire and blood. The Blood War. You saw it from above as the Nautiloid passed through Avernus. This one was on the front line.
What was that? Blood War. Sister, believe me when I tell you that the fighting wasn't even the worst part. From that peak I got into your head, I'm not the only one with problems on top of problems. Mind flayer tadpole, huh? No joy getting it.
I think I'll replace Lae'zel with you in my
I'm
party.
Karlak. And you Well met, soldier. Now that we're old pals, how would you feel about helping me kill some evil bastards?
Did I just smile?
Compass needs something to point at. You already know I fought in the Blood War. I was good at killing demons.
I think my Tav just smiled. You know, for as good a smile as the Dragonborn model can.
Personal attack dog. I played along until I could get the fuck out of there. Took me 10 years to properly escape, but now I'm free. Zariel sent goon after goon to hunt me down. But believe me when I tell you, I'm not going. The latest yappy little dog she sent
Aww.
me nearby.
That's fair. I do love historical and mythological names. Most of the names I pick are for a reason. I don't know, like, obviously I use Sekhmet on the channel, and as a joke to my friends who come on to play video games with me or chat in Discord on stream or like show up on videos, obviously I'm calling them Hathor and Bastet. And it's the joke because of the trio associations of the three of them. But like in general, or I'll pick sometimes I'll pick names based on books that I've read. Like my other Oath of Vengeance Paladin, the name is a sort of a play off of the Fëanorians in Lord of the Rings. But yeah, that's, you know.
Fuck yes. They cornered me outside the toll house just up the hill.
Okay, so I gotta get the rest of my party.
After we've mopped them up, we can work on evicting this parasite and take Faerun by the short hairs. Sound good? I'd hug you if it wouldn't scorch your skin off.
I'd accept it if it wouldn't scorch my skin off.
You know I'm up for it, but your party's a little full.
Oh, you could take Shadowheart's place.
Now we're talking.
Alright, I gotta go collect the other two. Well, let's level you up first. And then I'll heal myself. How did I get down? I guess, did I get hit by something? I must have. I just don't remember when. I think it might have been against the bugbear. Here's the thing. I love Bestial Heart Bear. Because Bear, I mean, like, Bear is great. I've actually never tried the other ones. Yeah, I feel like Bear and Wolf are my favorites, but I'm going to take the Bear. Makes sense. Alright, you two. We gotta get the toll house key. I think it's over here somewhere, but I need to... Is it Alt or Shift? There it is. Okay. Let me get you two up to where you need to be. I love that she just goes yoink. Take a rest. Actually gonna go up to the roof. While you're doing that, I'm gonna go back to the other two. And I'm gonna take them to the same place.
Proceeding.
Starian. See, this is what I mean. He's just not following. Like, the UI just doesn't let him because he can't jump as far as Lae'zel, so it's just like, you can't do that. It's like, it's so annoying. Interesting. Okay. Go back in. Why did you come outside? Go back in. Oh, are you a traitor?
Keep that beast. Me, the beast.
Ah, shit. No. I want to talk to you.
Back, beast.
Is it because she's like in too close a proximity?
Back, beast.
It is. Okay. Can I move her far enough away? Because I don't think I've ever traded with Cyril.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
Subtle steps. If I must.
I'm still looking to shift some supplies. Don't have much to spare. But it's more than we
Oh.
can
Okay. Not. She doesn't really have anything interesting. I mean, elixir of dark vision, but nothing that I'd be mad if I couldn't just loot it off her corpse. Yeah.
I have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it. Another step forward.
Yeah. Is that is that supposed to be a play on the Morrigan? Or the triple goddess?
Let's move. These boots have seen everything.
That makes sense.
Please, no more. Leave us in peace, and we shall leave you in kind.
Cut the crap, Anders. I know what you are.
Don't let her hurt us. Please, we just want to go
So
home.
valid. I think the Morrigan might have been like the first
Zara,
thing I was
certainly.
really interested in Celtic mythology.
Justice, no other. Please, mercy. Half of us are badly injured, the other half dead. I admit, we ambushed you. An assignment from our gods, T.H.E. We thought you a devil, and with your flames you proved us right. But T.H.E. will not consign us to our death. He is merciful. Leave us, and we'll leave you.
Yeah, see, the problem with that is I really want your sword.
Enough! I'll not play pretend anymore. Karlak, you're going home in pieces if needs must. And you'll soon learn what it means to ally yourself with the likes of this garbage.
Avernus was never my home. It was my prison. I'm free now. And I'm no
Oh, goddamn. Don't hunter's mark me. You piece of shit. Left shift will tell me sight lines, which means I'm good to crouch. And then... oh yeah, I forget about her. Ow, I hate it when she does hold person. Alright, we're gonna... Wrathful... Do I need to jump out of the area that I'm in? Yeah, I think I do. Alright. Ooh, that was a really bad roll. Like, really bad. It always crits if you're hold person. Okay. Really need him dead. Okay. Perfect. So now that he's dead, I can actually, like, save her. Yeah, well, you're gonna go try to murderate this person. You're gonna help Lae'zel. And then you're gonna fucking go. Heal yourself. At least a little. Oh, 13 damage on that one fucking hit? Oh, that was not the smartest of me. That's fair. I will say I have been very much enjoying FGO for all the references. Like, that's the main reason why I love the game. Jesus. Really? I hate it when it does that to me. Oh.
Best be on my way.
What the fuck? I was not ready for this fight. Okay. Alright, hold on a sec. My cat is at the door, so I gotta go let think my favorite thing about my cats is that they want to come in, and then they don't want to come in. And it's not really super hard to figure it out. All right. Who goes where? All right. So somebody needs to go out there. I think both somebodies need to go out there, to be honest. Let's just... Oh, can I hit her from here? Oh yeah, very edge of my range, but... Oh, did it hit something else? Huh.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Gotta help
Most things down my
Karlak.
watch.
Can I cannot throw one. I can drink one, which I think is a smart idea. Alright. I'll end my turn. Yeah, you need to... I don't know, rage? That feels appropriate. I've gotten myself into a pretty bad spot in this fight, to be honest. I maybe should have waited till I was a little higher level to handle this, but we'll see. That's fair, Zerahara. I actually find that the Harry Potter universe is incredibly conductive to crossovers with a lot of things. Like, I've read Harry Potter crossovers with Supernatural. I've read them with Doctor Who. I've read them with a whole lot of anime that are set in, like, modern Japan, vaguely. I've even read a couple really good ones crossed over with Lord of the Rings and Witcher, actually. So, one of my favorite Harry Potter crossover fanfictions ever is mixed with Katekyo Hitman Reborn. Absolutely adore it. Think it's one of the greatest things. 100%. She's gonna hit somebody. Oh, fuck you. You are also not super helpful. Like, I would really appreciate you actually murderating her. I'm such a disadvantage for you. You would think. Put the fucking thing right in front of me. You would think. Alright. Fuck. Alright, well, that's doing something. She's gonna hit back so much harder. What the hell? Oh no, I didn't save that recently. Oh, I really, really do not want to have to. Oh, I really do not want to have to.
Time to press ahead.
Okay, she's got like one. Yeah, that was not as much as I wanted it to be, but... Compelled duel? Yeah, okay, so she didn't save from that. She hits hard, though. Once again, not help you! Okay. Alright, I think... Yeah, this is gonna kill me. I will not survive this fight. Where did she go? Where did that other one go? Oh, she's in the fucking bush. God damn. Go get her. Did I get her? I got her. Okay. Now I just have to get up to the roof. Or, you know, help my fucking teammates. Yeah. Oh boy, this is not good. Ugh. I'm dying.
Light on my feet.
Okay. Yeah, this ain't great. Get fucked, you bitch. Well. Oh. Good boy, Astarion. Just succeed one more, please. Oh, did he? Okay, he did. He did. You hold-personed me. What? You fucking hold-personed me.
Very well.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
And if any of Mummy's little friends want to pick up where the others left, that's right, she won't.
Oh. Oh, I can't believe we all... Oh. Oh, boy. That was not good. That was, in fact, an incredibly hard combat for me. Alright, let's loot the bodies, and then we need to take a rest. Yeah, we just need... Jesus, Karlak. Relax. Okay.
No traps, please.
Karlak, I really need you to, like, chill 2 seconds. Man, you really are just... Okay. Alright, back. God damn it. Christ on a fucking crap. Ah. Can I say, that is the most annoying thing when you go up a thing and then have to go down a thing again.
Fire's lasting a little longer than it should. Careful, Sob. Hear that? Won't be seeing my mechanic anytime soon, so I'll just make the most of the wild, right? And believe it or not, I'm one of Zariel's least mutilated pets. But it's a bit early in the game to be getting into tragic backstories. Let's have the scar show for later, after we built up an appetite for travel.
That's a mood. My cats are currently not allowed into my bedroom, even though typically they are. Like, normally, all 5 of them are allowed into my bedroom. Hello, Noodle.
Paladins. They let slip there was an infernal mechanic in the area. A tiefling. He might be able to stabilize things, if I can find him.
But yeah, normally they would be allowed in my room. They're just not right now because we're having a little bit of a flea outbreak problem. So they're getting like flea medicine more regularly, and we're flea combing them pretty much like every other day. It's calmed down. Like we're almost on top of it. It's just they all got a bunch of fleas at the same time, and it was a mess. Like I think they went and bathed in a flea nest. It was awful. So I didn't want them, because my room is basically the only place that's like cat proof if I shut the door. Hello, baby. My goodness. See, this is why he's just a long noodle. You see what I mean? This is just a long noodle boy. You are just a piece of spaghetti. You are just a piece of spaghetti. Yes, you are. A good noodle. Alright, come on. Yeah, I'll keep petting you for a second.
A weaponsmith, huh?
Yeah.
Not sure if he's the guy.
So, but normally if they're allowed in my room, Sissa sleeps with me.
A world of good.
Peaches comes in and out. Luna and Loki prefer windows, and they're a little bit more active at night. And then Trixie kind of comes in and out, but Trixie also has a tendency of just kind of screaming a lot of the time. Like, she just sits and screams and expects me to, you know, help her or whatever she wants. And you never know what she wants. Trixie could really want anything. She could want to be pet, she could want to be fed, she could want to be not touched for like a significant amount of time. Oh my goodness, this cat. I take my hand away and he reaches up to get it. Okay. Alright, we are going to camp. To be fair, we have not long rested yet. I feel like that's something that we really should do. Is not good. Like, we're in a rough patch. Oh. Alright, there's an interaction with Will.
One horn, the stink of Avernus, advocatus diaboli.
I'll be God's damned. Blade of frontiers. Thought I'd shaken you for good. That'll teach me to underestimate you.
Karlach, the archdevil Zariel's gladiator, come to burn the Sword Coast to ash.
Well, not counting the fuckers that need a good hurting.
Shut it, devil. I know your kind. A heart darker than a shadow's nightmares. You'd cut a child's throat just to taste the blood.
A devil? I didn't take the blade for a fool. I'm...
A great fire roars through. The fire of the first hell. You are Karlach, tearing through demons across a blood-red landscape of fire and volcanic cinder. The front lines of the blood war. With every swing of her axe, Karlach fulfills Mistress Zariel's purpose.
Proof, clear as summer sky. It's over, Karlach. It's time you feel the sting of the blade.
I tried to tell you.
Respectfully, referring to yourself as the Blade is kinda not on. Like, that's absolutely wild. I kind of hate it.
Will shudders with Karlach's desperation. She is a victim of the blood war, not an agent of it.
By Balduran's helm, no, I will not be tricked.
You saw the truth. I may be an effective soldier, but I never wanted to serve Zara. Legged it away from her the first chance I got.
And yet you served.
Will catches his breath and his
Good.
legs straighten. Sheer dread twists his face.
No! Devils cannot be trusted!
Don't be such a spoil sport.
You know monsters better than anyone. Can't you look in my eyes and see I'm not a devil?
You don't know what this means. You don't know what you're asking me to do.
I'm asking you to live, Will. Don't want to hurt you. And to be frank, I'd rather not find out how the Blade got his name. I swear to you, on all I am, I'm not what you think.
Shit! Shit. You really are no devil, are you? I've been deceived.
Yeah?
Oh, thank the gods. Thought I was gonna have to take your head.
You would have died in the attempt. But there have been enough threats today.
Truce then, eh?
Aye. Truce. I see the good in you, Karlach. I promise not to lose sight of it. Even when the hells burn hottest.
Yeah, you better not, Will. So judgmental.
Glad Will saw sense. Even more glad he decided to stick around. Takes a pretty slick mover to track down old Karlach. Same. Now, instead of a liability, I've got a friend. Or I will have soon, anyway.
Aww. Wait, did my... Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, let's go talk to Will.
Speak up.
I don't think Shadowheart wants to talk.
You've been witness to a pantomime, I'm sorry to say. And I've played my part all too poorly.
Oh. Yeah,
I can say only
Luna...
Karlach's not
Luna
the
used to
only
be
one
a lot more independent, and she used to have really long fur and be a little bit heavier. But last year, I think it was last year, but it might have been the year before, she went out, because she used to be an indoor-outdoor cat. Most of ours are. Luna's the only one who isn't now. But she went outdoors, and she didn't come back for like 4 or 5 weeks. And when she came back, she was absolutely, like, we'd seen her a few times. We knew where she was, but we couldn't catch her. And when she came back, she was absolutely covered in scratches and scars. And she'd lost basically all extra fat on her body and was missing just chunks of hair. And she came back, and like we took her to the vet, and she was having this problem where she kept like licking like gaping wounds into her own legs. And it was, the doctor was like, yeah, so she's now allergic to dust, pollen, humans, herself, fleas, and everything else. And she's having severe reactions to it. And so she's like chewing holes into her own skin. And it took us 6 months to get her back to like a healthy weight, flea-free, get all of her like leg wounds healed. Like, I came back from Greece and I was so happy because she looks wonderful now. Like, her hair's regrowing and stuff, but she is now extremely affectionate. Like, she wants to be held and she wants to be petted, and she does not go outdoors anymore. She never wants to. So like, she had a really bad experience out there. And what's unfortunate is that she had a twin brother, right? Same color as her, just short hair. Silver, right? And he 3 years ago ran away. Like, he was indoor outdoor, and he went out, and we saw him a few times, but he just never came back to the house. And we haven't seen him now in like 2 years, and no clue what happened to him. So, I mean, he was wearing a collar and tag, and he'd been chipped, but we haven't heard anything. So I don't know. I like to believe that he's out. We live near a lot of like farmland and like orchard territory, so I assume he's out there getting fed by everyone, because he always got fed by multiple people on our street as well.
You don't know the half of it.
Okay, and don't know the half of it. All right. Just clear out my... Yeah, it's a kind. Oh, you know what kind of sucks is that there's like low-key, like, I wish there was a tent for Tav. Like, I know that sounds a little weird, but I do really wish that there was like a tent for Tav to use, so you could like decorate it with some stuff. I've got a friend, and it's Hathor. When she got to like Elf Song Tavern, she decorated the tavern with like her stuff. So it looked like the empty bed, and it looked so cute, and I'm like, that's so nice. So I really wish you could do that here. I'll talk to Astarion. Astarion has like a lot of character development in Act
Nothing
1.
like a little cat. It's almost a pity things ended so amicably. Seeing those two duke it out would be fun. Oh, what's to tell? I'm a magistrate back in the city. It's all rather tedious.
Okay. Better to start early though with, oh my god, she's so pink. Even at night, I love it. It looks like we're in like full daylight looking at that vibrant pink. Anyways, I think I'm going to take a long rest. And that is going to be where we're going to end for today. Mainly because I've got a couple of reacts to record tomorrow morning, bright and early, so I need to be well rested for that. And also, I have accomplished getting all the companions I currently can. I have also gotten Scratch! Yay! We'll play with Scratch for a second. Good boy. Yeah, pet him. Oh yeah, everyone approves that. Everyone who's close enough. Baby. Pet him again. That's fair. Yeah, Luna's now our only indoor-only cat. But I will say, Sissa and Trixie, if they ever go outdoors, they kind of walk out on the patio, and then they come back in within 10 to 15 minutes. They used to be a lot more adventurous when they were kittens and younger, but now they're both older. They have no interest in going outside at all, like whatsoever. Whereas Peaches and Loki, for them, it's still a little new, but they actually both stay like within the kind of like the immediate vicinity of our house and like the neighbor to one side of us on either side and across the street. So it's sort of that kind of thing, which I appreciate. So they're indoor outdoor, but they're not super explorative. And honestly, most of the time, if you go outdoors, they'll just follow you around while you're like watering the plants and stuff. They won't like run away or anything. We're gonna save the game now that we've gotten Scratch. And we are done for tonight. I hope everyone is looking forward to the upcoming reacts. We've got some fun stuff, a bunch to do. I will not be streaming next week at all because I am getting a couple of wisdom teeth taken out. So there's a decent chance that I will just be incoherent for most of next week. I should be back streaming the week after. I've talked to Nick Nack about it. Typically, I think I'll be streaming on Thursdays or Fridays. Depending on what job I end up with, it may be morning, it may be evening. It's just going to depend on my schedule week to week. So, with that being said, I think I'm going to transition you all to the loading screen, and then I will see you next time.